Hi guys, I hope everyone's having a good day. I wanted to talk about what happened to me on November 2nd, a Saturday, when I was returning from Van Nuys back to Hollywood. As usual, the stalking is always ever more present. Sometimes it's very aggressive and it's very exhausting. It takes a toll on me, especially since I had donated plasma. I was feeling really weak and I needed some red meat. So I decided despite, what I have to live through and go through when I'm traveling away from the house, I felt like I just needed to get some iron in my system. And I just didn't have the strength to go to the grocery store and then deal with everything I got to deal with these psychopaths, this from the cult. So I thought I had lost them. And I found myself alone in the restaurant, and it was a sigh of relief that I finally got to have just a moment to myself to eat. Just a warm meal in peace. That's something I really don't get to do out in public, ever. And as I was eating, I noticed a man come in. He was Caucasian, and he walked into the restaurant, didn't go order, but stood in the middle of the restaurant and just panned the restaurant. And he saw me because I was the only one in there. And he looks at me and he leaves. Well, then right after him, and this is how Gangstalking is. They always have different people come in and do different things. So what one person did, the next person has to facilitate with the next step. So that way it makes it look as if you're not being stalked. But it's all the same organized group. So it is definitely stalking. I don't care what type of semantics of a definition they try to twist on that and spin it. It's stalking, and they know it's stalking. But it happens to be legal. So the next guy comes in and he sees me. I'm sitting down eating my food, and out of the blue, he just looks at me and he's like, "You can't be taking pictures of them. You can't be taking pictures of them. You can't be doing that." And I was just like, "Oh, here we go." Can't even get halfway through my hamburger. I got these Scientology cult goons up my... So I went to go reach for my phone, because when they tell you not to take a photo, when they are telling you can't identify them, you're not supposed to identify them, just like what Antifa does. Same story, different book. Same story, different page. I mean, it's the same script, okay? You got the same criminality from the same foundation of corruption, all right? So one just happens to target the community at large. One just happens to target an individual, one individual at a time. I think I just put my phone down. I'm just like thinking, F him. I'm gonna enjoy this moment. I'm gonna have this moment for myself. So I kept on eating, and all of a sudden I hear the door behind me open. And by the way, this is how it is at every restaurant I go to. There won't be nobody in there, but as soon as I'm in there, you've got 5-10 people from fair game in there. And they stare at you, they look at you like you're a zoo animal, and they're surveillancing everything you do. They're reporting back everything you do, everything you say, everything you order. Doesn't matter what store you go to. They have to come in the same aisle you're in. But, well, that's a whole other story. But, so I kept hearing noise behind me. The door had opened. And so I like, the seat behind me is one of like those McDonald's seats. It was like a high plastic seat, and I'm short. So even though like I would turn around to see what it was, I couldn't quite see. I would have to stand up to see above behind me, the seat that goes up. And I wasn't going to do that. I knew that they found me, and I thought, I'm just going to eat. And the next thing I know, I hear noise behind me. And I look, and I see this black head dunk. And then I'm just like, oh my God, here we go. Here we go. And I continue eating, and I hear some more noise, and I look back again, and I see a head dunk again, but more like a little bit farther away. And so I decided to zone them out, so I continued eating. And as I'm eating, I had no idea that person behind me ended up coming in, which is what they do. They'll dine while you're dining. Whatever it is you're doing, they're going to start doing. Sometimes they'll try to gaslight you on things that when they've recorded you in the past, they try to say right then and there. It's such a sick operation. I see right through it. But anyways, so unbeknownst to me, he ended up going into the restaurant and ordering, which I showed a photo of him at the register. As I'm eating, I look up and I see him, and I'm thinking, I gotta take a picture of this guy because he's part of the problem of the two guys that just came in before me. And sometimes if I don't try to document things carefully, I later regret it. But what ended up happening is when he passed me, I half-heartedly, and when I say half-heartedly, part of me told me I need to take this photo. Another part of me it wasn't in my heart, because this is every day, guys. Just imagine you have no peace when you leave the house. And it's not like people are glorifying you. People are paid to hurt you, to slander you, to libel you, to create grief and sadness and everything negative under the sun. I know this. I'm able to at some times just block them out completely, but I half-heartedly took a photo. So when I lifted my hand up, I wasn't even able to capture a photo of him. But because when you're targeted, he had 100% of his attention on me. So even when I raised my hand like this to take a photo, and even though the photo wasn't taken of him after all, because I didn't lift my hand enough, I really didn't quite stand up to turn around to take the photo, he ended up just kind of like sneaking up behind me, and I got scared. Because again, it's fair game. Now, fair game means when this cult sick people after you. They have a PI, they have field managers, operatives. Everything's being surveillanced. You're like a little laboratory experiment in a telescope. Okay, so everything, they try to record everything. You're always under surveillance. Okay. Even when you come home. So he ended up coming up behind me, and I got scared because if they kill you, it's fair game. With fair game, in the cult, it says, if someone who has the authority and the rank to kill you, it's under some certain freaking rank, stupid rank, made up BS rank, if they decide to kill you, it's going to be swept under the carpet, and the people who are with you during that gangstalking moment, or whatever the case may be, they're there. Their job is to sweep the evidence under the carpet so that nobody gets in trouble. No one's going to be held accountable. They're just going to poof, disappear. And a big problem I have with the police department being in cahoots with this is because the police will follow suit. Okay, we got cops and high-ranking cops that are Scientologists. And they go to events for Scientology, and money is donated. Okay, so, we have a system where Scientology not only has a term, fair game, where they protect each other and cover each other, and the cops they actually incorporate that bullshit cult crap into the police department, into the functioning of the police department, thanks to Gavin Newsom. Apparently, Gavin Newsom tells the police it's okay to do this to me. Don't help her. When she tries to wave you down and make a police report, you find out it's Scientology. We're not going to investigate this. We're not going to help her get the evidence. We're actually going to cover it up, and we're going to deny the evidence exists. Just tell her it's been deleted. She's poor. She can't afford a lawyer. They're going to protect their cult. And whatever the cult does, schmooze Gavin Newsom, give him all the they give him all the access to the children that Scientology traffics, and Gavin Newsom makes it happen because he's the governor and he can kind of make things happen behind the scenes. I mean, these people are working together with trafficking. The money that's coming out of trafficking is benefiting the police department. It's benefiting the district attorney. It's benefiting Gavin Newsom. It's benefiting high-ranking police officers. And no one's saying that this is directly going into the salary of all police officers. I'm saying there's this major corruption going on behind the scenes. And if you happen not to volunteer to be controlled and be a robot, a corrupted robot, being controlled by them, if you don't give up yourself to do that, then you get gang-stalked. I never tried to join the cult. I think they had duped me and signed me up without my knowledge. They hooked me up to a machine. I told them I was just buying books, that I was Catholic. I had no intentions of switching religions. I've always had God in my life. My relationship with Jesus Christ has only grown because of all the trials and tribulations that I've lived through. And these people just don't get it. And I've never been a whistleblower, but sometimes I'm given information, and I used to share it on the internet, like TMZ, about certain things that are happening that were very concerning. It just seemed like between saying no to the cult, no, I'm not giving you all my money, stop calling me all hours of the day into the night for money, I'm not interested in donating money, I'm not joining. Like, how many times do you have to say no, no, no? And then you find Patty Babber outside your house with one young guy, one older guy, with a group of people, paid gang stalkers and a PI. And you're gang stalked all through town by these monsters. I mean, they're working for Satan, and they're clueless. So brainwashed. I mean, most of these people who join Scientology aren't even educated. They're not educated. They're spoon-fed bullshit. And they take it very seriously because that's how they're brainwashed. And at the end of the day, Scientology still gets to traffic. They're making their billions. They got the cops backing them. Basically a mob operation. And people are suffering, whether they're at the org, the Sea Org, or whether they live on Cahuenga Boulevard, whether they live in Beverly Hills. I've lived all over the city. These people don't stop. They hack into your phone. They have the nerve to tell you they hack into your phone. They GPS your car. I don't know how the hell they do it, because they do it. Doesn't matter where I go, they're there. And the cops allow this. So, getting back to the story, as he was behind me, I was talking about fair game. If they want to kill you, it's gonna be completely covered up. If they're gonna kidnap me, if they're gonna, it's gonna be covered up. and it's going to be covered up by the police, just like the evidence to this particular assault was. He ended up grabbing my phone from behind me. What they wanted to do was destroy my phone, because on the way to Van Nuys, I had taken some pictures in the train station. And I do that for my safety, because when they lay their hands on me, I don't touch them. I don't raise a finger to these devils. I don't. I'm not going to invest that energy. I don't have that energy in me. I have to play possum. I just take it. And when they do this to you, you're surrounded by just them. And that's when they attack, because they know there's not going to be any witnesses. So I don't raise a finger. I leave it in God's hands. I didn't know what this guy was going to do to me. So he grabbed my phone out of my hand. He grabbed it. And so I scooted out of my bucket seat. And I noticed on the video, it has a person. It appears to be me. But the top, I don't have a top like that. That's not the top I was wearing. I was wearing a completely different top. I don't have a top. I don't roll up my sleeves like that and have it like all bulky and tacky. I don't do that. I don't even have a shirt like that. It appeared to me that they did what is it called? Like, the guy never even turned around like that. What ended up happening was, I was sitting down, he grabbed the phone from behind me. I was like, oh shit, that's my phone. I have no money, like I need my phone. So I scooted out of the seat, and as I look up, he raises his hand as high as he could, and he smashes my phone, trying to destroy my phone. And at that point, the manager had already ran up beside me. He was standing right beside me when this happened. Just coincidentally, not only was that not in the footage, the camera footage with the manager, and events, they kind of changed the events, and they had made it appear like I took a picture of him before he grabbed the phone out of my hand. That never happened. I didn't have my phone in my hand. And there is a cover-up department, police department, that covers up crimes. They're the chief officers or something like that. One of them's name is Horace Frank, or Frank Horace. And their job is to do cover-ups for gangstalking. Horace Frank, or Frank Horace. There's another one. I wrote it down on a link. I'll write it down on the link underneath this story. But they completely tampered with that video. And the manager at Burger King is right on board with them. Because not only did they not send me the video directly from the machine itself, they didn't download it and give it to me. They had a phone recording on another, they had a phone recording the monitor. They wouldn't even send it to me directly from the machine, the camera. So I have no timestamp. I have, there's no footage of me walking in the restaurant. Where's the footage of me walking in the restaurant ordering? Where's the footage of the first two guys that come in the restaurant looking for me, and the second one telling me I couldn't take pictures of them out there while I'm being stalked? Apparently I don't have the right to document getting stalked by these monsters. You stalking the wrong person. It's been 15 years. I don't know when you guys are going to get a clue that you're wasting your time. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. You couldn't pay me to join that ridiculous ass backwards joke cult, life-sucking cult, murdering cult, trafficking cult, pedophilia. We all know John Travolta's a pedophile. We all know Tom Cruise is a pedophile. We know Gavin Newsom's a pedophile because he advertised it. Gavin Newsom advertised it on his Twitter page, his banner, like a dumbass. Oh, they're so sneaky. Us pedophiles are so cool. We got to put our little boy love signs on there. We got to put our little pedophile signs. And then, when we're out and about, we got to do our hand signals, because we're so cool. No, you're stupid. You're dumb. And you're scum. And you're lowlifes. So this is what I gotta put up with. I gotta be surrounded and chased by devils that think I'm gonna join this shit show. This trafficking organization that has the governor of California backing them and tells the police not to help people like me because they're all in fucking cahoots. Do I love my country? I love my country. Do I love my community? I love my community. Do I love my president? I love my president. Do I love God? I love God with all my heart and soul. But, you know, all this going on, and then you got celebrities who are behind this, trying to say, oh, Gangstalking don't exist. And you know who you are. James Woods, at the real James Woods on Twitter. If you're going to try to have a fake name, after I block you, and you're going to try to have a fake name and talk shit to me, listen, this is not my first rodeo. I knew it was you, Dipperful, and you got blocked. You know, when celebrities like this who are so vile try to tell you, oh, are you sick? Do you need to see a social worker? That's James Woods, at the real James Woods on Twitter. That's his favorite thing to say. He's the most uneducated pedophile out there. Oh, do you need to see a social worker? Why would I need to see a social worker? You don't even know what a social worker does. And, you know, I'm so disgusted with these celebrities. They're fake ass, criminalistic, abusing children. And you think I'm going to pay a fucking penny to have your face in my apartment? To have you murdering, pedophile, torturing children, devils, adrenochrome drinking, whatever the hell you guys do. I don't care if you're Cardi B. I don't care if you're Rihanna. I don't listen to your music no more. You disrespect my president. You're disrespecting God. You're disrespecting my country. You're disrespecting Mother Nature. You got Leo DiCaprio involved in major forest fires in Brazil, and the president of Brazil called his ass out. You know, these devils work in the dark. You can't call them out. They can't handle it. But they can come at a president with fake news and slander and libel and these witch hunts that they fail at every time, by the way. And, you know, that's the same crap that Scientology does with their fair game to protect their trafficking, their best interests, their money-making, trafficking, child abuse hobbies. I live that life. I've been slandered and libeled. They come for my jobs. They come for where I live. They come for my landlord. They try to infiltrate and destroy everything in your life. It's old. It's old. It's gotten so old. I know it back and forth. I know it sideways. I know it front ways. I'm 2 steps ahead of you. Even if you decide to kick my ass as I cross the street, like you did on July 1st. So anyways, that's all I want to say is the video of me entering Burger King, they didn't give it to me. The manager said, listen, get a police report, I'll give it to you. I waited to get a police report because I was scared for my life. I didn't have a car. It was at night. I felt like they were just going to go ahead and kill me as soon as I stepped out of that restaurant. So I waited to get a police report. And I didn't know if my phone was going to work. I didn't have a lot of money. So the situations they put people in, I'm going to tell you right now, God sees all. You don't have to believe there's a God for there to be a God. And it's okay if some people don't believe in God, because it's not their time yet to understand or believe in God. There's other things they're supposed to be dealing with, and maybe in time they will. Maybe not in this lifetime. Maybe later in this lifetime. I don't know what God has in store for them. But this abuse, this deep state corruption in cahoots with a cult that everyone in town is scared of. Nobody wants to stick up for themselves. No one wants to do what's right. You guys have already taken everything from me, materialistically. I don't have to have Gucci. I don't have to have Prada. I don't have to have all those things. Those things I used to have, I lost them all in storage. I had to move so much. I don't have to have those things. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to say, what's going on with Hollywood, with Scientology, the pedophilia, the trafficking, Gavin Newsom, you know, people in Hollywood selling their children, you know, trying to control people with the corruption, with the satanic agenda. I know it all. I know what's going on. People know what's going on. And it disgusts me. And it's a damn shame. The people that we at one point loved to watch and hear are complete sellouts. Evil monsters. Not all of you guys. You know who you are. And at the real James Woods on Twitter, just stay away from me. There's nothing you have to say that I would ever be interested in, unless I was an investigator and wanted to put your ass behind bars. I know you're a mole for your little actor friends. I know you're a mole. You report back to everybody what's going on Donald Trump's Twitter. I see right through you. That's all I want to say about that. I have to get legal counsel. I have to try to subpoena that evidence. Hopefully it has not been destroyed by the police department, or the police department has not ordered the manager to destroy. Because, you know, when there's a crime and it involves the cult, the police love to tell me it's been deleted or it doesn't exist. And then after that, they just love to ignore me. You know, they're protecting their money cow, the trafficking money cow. And Gavin got a thing going on. So, I think that's all I need to say for that video. Hope I didn't leave anything out. I was going to show you guys my phone. I don't know if I should go get it real quick. Let me see. Hold on. So this is my phone. I don't know if you can see it. This phone was smashed by the guy in Burger King. And there's another assault that took place on July 1st across the street when I was going to the store, where as I crossed the street, a woman approached me. Didn't like the fact I had my phone in my hand, even though I wasn't recording her. But as she charged and bull rushed me and mentioned the fact I had my phone in my hand and accused me of recording her, which is what they love to do. They want to condition you not to ever be able to record their crimes. She socked the hell out of me. I thought she hit my phone. She hit my hand right here, and I thought I was gonna have to get medical treatment. It got better, but those two events, those two assaults, July 1st across the street from my house, and then the Burger King on November 2nd of 2019. I kept my phone until maybe a month ago, and I was able to afford a new phone. So, yeah, that's it, guys. This is an exciting life of mine. hopefully this will all come to an end, but I don't know what that means and how that is going to come about, if it ever does come about. But we need to talk about what's going on.